All right, listen, folks. This is a live stream, and I'm still under the weather. And but let me just tell you this: as soon as my vocal cords heal, because of my cold or whatever the hell's going on with my throat, once it heals, I'm going to get to the reset videos. Okay, the reset videos are the most important videos, and that's why it's been so hard for me to get it out because it's so difficult to explain. Because on this channel, I'm basically explaining the unexplainable. That's how hard it is. It's so unexplainable, but somehow I'm explaining it. All right, now, uh, um, so in this video, this is information I've shown before, but it's very important information that you need to see. Okay, now, but before I start that, I just want you guys to uh, um, understand that about the month chart. Okay, because I'm going to show you something that has to do with the month chart. Whenever I tell you guys about the month chart, what I'm saying is, you know how like uh, January is the first month. Okay, so the first time you see January, it'd be the first time. I mean, it'd be one because it's the first month, and then if you go 12 months back to January, instead of starting on one again, you would say it's 13 because 12 months have passed by. See, 1 through 12 months, and then start again. Instead of going to 1, you would go to 13. Okay. Then the next time January comes around, it'd be the 25th, 37th, 49th, 61st, 73rd, 85, 90. You know what I mean? Just every 12 months. You know. So that's what the month charts are, which I created. Same thing with the clock. It's the same thing. Anyway, so let's get started with this, okay? If anyone doesn't understand the video, tell them to start from the beginning. All right. All right. So let's get started here. Like I said, I'm not going to explain everything, folks. This is difficult stuff. So if you're new to the channel, you got to watch all my live streams. All right. So I told you that that Elvis and Trump are the Antichrist. Okay, Elvis is the real Antichrist. Trump is the Antichrist in the flesh. He's the image of Elvis. Anyway, so I told you that EL, okay, it's EL means God in Hebrew, okay? And Elvis has the EL, Seattle has the EL, okay? And when the towers fell, they look like an 11 because it's all about the EL, even, because the father and son, you get what I'm saying? L even. And they took down the towers, the 11, okay? And the 11 is the first time you see the EL in numbers when written out, okay? And because Seattle is in Washington, Washington is going to be struck on June 11th, okay? And L means God in Hebrew, okay? And what is the EL mean? I mean, why is Elvis's name so important? Because the VI in Roman numerals is 6. V is 5, I is 1 in Roman numerals. So it's 6, so L sixes, because the S means more than 1. So L 66, 6, or 666. You get what I'm saying? So that's what Elvis's name means. He's the God of sixes. L means God, okay? Now, what's so important about this EL? Because it's EL looks like the numbers 73 and 37, okay? EL looks like 73 and 37. Just remember that, okay? Now, remember I was telling you about the month chart because I told you Trump's going to get his head wound on August 4th, right? January's month chart, the first time you see January, it's number 1, right? Then the next time it'd be the 13th, every 12 months. If you went to the 37th number down, I mean, the 37th time January comes around, it would be 433. So the 37 is the EL, remember? And the 433, why is this important? Because look, it's the 84th prime. And that's when Trump gets his head wound. And August 4th is a 216th day and 217th on leap year. Added up, it's 433. And that's when Trump was elected in 2016 and 2017. He became president. Okay. And look, if you add the 37 to the 433, you get 47 with a crown. And Elvis has been dead for 47 years, and Trump just became the 47th president. I mean, elected right now. But you see what I mean? How it connects to the 433, August 4th, and to the EL 37, looks like the letters EL. Remember? EL looks like 73 or 37. Okay. And Elvis was born on 108, and the year he was born was 35. Look, 35, 36, 37. It stops at the 37, EL. You get it? 37 looks like the letters EL. And look, you add it up, is 108. That's Elvis's birthday. From the 35 to the 37. You get what I'm saying? Again, connecting to the EL. That's the point. Okay? Anyway, just like I just showed, 35, if you add up all the numbers between 35 and 37, because, you know, he was born in 35, 35 through 37, which is the EL, was 108. If you add up all the numbers 35 through 73, which is the other EL, 37 or 73, it equals 2106. So there's that 216 again with a crown. You know, and June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. My two predictions is June 11th and August 4th. So 162 or 216 with a crown. Okay? But again, it's connected to the 73, which is the EL, and 37, connecting from Elvis's birth year, 35. He was born on 108/35. Okay? Now, before I move on, I just want to make sure you guys are paying attention here. Let me look at the chat real quick. Hold on. All right. It gets better. I'm just laying the groundwork right now. Man. Okay. Let's keep going now. So remember the month chart, right? The January month chart. The first time you see January, it's the first month. 12 months later, it would be the 13th month. 12 months later, it'd be the 25th month. Look at that. See, the fourth number down was 37. And then you go to the fifth number down, then the sixth number down, then the seventh number down would be the 73rd. January, you understand? Every 12 months, it stops at the 7 and the 4. 47 or 74, you know, because 74 is very important because Jesus equals 74, Lucifer equals 74. Lucifer lost his crown name and became Satan. So anyway, 47 is the 3773. Who's the 47? Elvis has been dead for 47 years, and Trump has just turned 47, and he's the 3773. You see what I mean? The EL, okay? Because the letters EL looks like 73 and 37. And if you think that it's a coincidence that the Elvis's month chart, because Elvis was born in January, that's the point. And it's 37 and 73 is at the 4 and 7 mark, okay? And that's why I told you Trump, that's why Trump was needed, because Trump, look, if you were to separate the numbers 7 and 3, separate them and then add them down, 7373 is 146. 3737 is 614. If you separate them, I'm saying 3 and 3 is 6, 7, 7 is 14. And that's Trump's birthday, 614. So 73, and you get what I'm saying? It's connected to Trump's birthday. Okay? That's another connection. Trump's born on 614. And if you think it's a coincidence, if you think I'm just making stuff up, look, 37 when written out is 165. 73 when written out is 166. Trump is born on 614, which is the 165th day, and on leap year it's 166. 3773, see? The two ELs, right? You understand? Two ELs, right? 73 and 37. All right. So far, are you guys getting what I'm showing? All right, hold on. Yeah, that's right. And the 30, if you add up all the numbers between 1 and 37, it's 703. That's right. Add up all the numbers between 1 and 37. Yeah, I forgot to write that one. So check this out. Now you're going to be a little confused. How could 45 equal 37? How does 45 equal 73? Notice that it's 45th, the TH, 40, 45th. So if you were to write that out, T is 20, H is 8, then you have 4 plus 5, you get 37. 20 plus 8 plus 4 plus 5 is 37. 45th equals 73. T is 20, H is 8, plus 45 is 73. You see how I did that? You see how I did that? Are you guys getting this right here? All right. And you know Trump, I told you he's going to get his head wound on August 4th. Look, it's right there. You see? 845. 845. 845. You see what I mean? Anyway, but really, yeah, watch from the beginning. All right, if you just got in, and you know Trump's gonna get his head wound in the. Hold on. Trump's gonna get his head wound in Ohio, right? Look, the Ohio's the 17th state, right? Right. 17th. T equals 20. H equals 8 plus 17 is 45. See? You see what I mean? Are you getting that? What I'm showing? That's 17, you know. And, you know, look, Ohio, the word Ohio equals 47 if you just add up the letters. So there's your 47, with Trump being the 47th, Elvis being dead for 47 years, and you have the 45. You see? I mean, I got to put my phone down. My fingers are about to fall off. Oh. Well, that's how they write it. If you're writing it, you write, you know, the like fifth, 5th. That equals 33. You know, like fifth. You write the number 5 and then the letters T and H. That's 33. That's why Trump is on, isn't it Fifth Avenue or something? You ever hear that where they talk about Fifth Avenue? That's why they use the Fifth Avenue, because it's the number 33, yeah. Now, hey, I don't understand what you're saying. It's not the point. Every number's different. Because if you want 45th, 46th, 47th, you understand? What are you talking about? What's your point? I don't even know what your point is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway, folks, let me move on. Like I said, it gets better. So remember, we're talking about the two ELs, right? If I didn't see your comments, folks, it's because my mind is it's got too much on it. Okay. So EL, that's what we're talking about here. EL means God. EL equals 17 forward, 37 backwards. 17 forward, 37 backwards, right? And look, if you use the prime numbers for 17 equals 59, the 37th prime is 157. It adds up to 216, which is August 4th, the 216th day of the year on a regular year. Okay? You see what I'm saying here? 1737 is the EL. equals 216. August 4th is the 216th day. Okay? Now, notice that I used the 1737. Now I'm going to go this way, 178. Look, 178 is EL. 178. See, I just showed you the 1737 was 216 connecting to August 4th. Now I'm connecting the 178 with the EL. 178 is 59 and 19, the prime numbers, equals 78. How old is Trump right now? He was elected to 47 and he's going to become inaugurated as the 7. I'm just saying if it happens. So 17.8, and he's 25. Next year is the 25th year. Okay? And Trump turned, like I said, Trump's age is 78 right now. And look, the backwards is 47. See that? Trump's going to be the 47th supposed president in the year 25. Supposedly. We'll see if it happens. Why are we doing, it's right here. EL equals 17 and 8. The reduced number for EL, 1 plus 7 is 8. That's why we're doing 17.8. Because EL is 1737 or 17.8. You know? And I just did a little thing here with that. You know, if you just want to look at that. That has a 666 connection. This is the first number that has a 666 connection. If the prime number 103rd prime is 563, then you add the 103 to the 563, you get 666. This is the first number that does that. Anyway, and like I said, this connects to Trump's age and the year, and this connects to the date, August 4th. So the whole EL connects to, you know, to August 4th and Trump, you know. All right, hold on. And, and you know, Trump, and Trump is 78 years old, right? And how old was he when he was elected president? He was elected at 70. I just noticed the sun is in my eyes, man. Wherever I go, I can't get away from this light right here. So 70 years old, Trump. So Trump is 70 years old. And Trump was 70 when he was elected, and now he's 78. He was elected at 70, became president at 70, okay? So now he's 78 and becomes president again. 70 to 78, right? What is that? Look, why was it so important? Because on the day he was elected, the day he became president, he was 70 years old, 7 months, 7 days. So that he had the 777. 70 years, 7 months, 7 days when he became president. Anyway, listen to this. So he was 70, now he's 78. What is 70 plus 71 plus 72 plus 73 plus 74 plus 75 plus 76 plus 77 plus 78?
The answer is 666.
See? See what I mean? So 70 through 78. So 70 through 78 is 666. You see? All right. And I told you he became president at 70, and now he's 78. You see how perfect that is? And don't forget, when he was elected, the 45th, it was 11/9 when he was elected. That's the 9/11 backwards, the date. They confirmed that he won the election on 11/9. Then the Trump was elected as 47th president on 11/6, like he won it on 11/6. But the election was 11/5, but he won it on 11/6. They said he was the winner. They proclaimed him the winner on 11/9, proclaimed him the winner on 11/6. There's your 6/11 and 9/11, 45 and 47. You see that? And what is the 45/47? What is the 45/47? That's See, Elvis died at age 42, Washington State, where this 6/11 event's going to happen, is the 42nd state. Elvis has been dead now for 47 years. So you have the 42, 47. Okay? So 42 is 4 plus 2 is 6. 4 plus 7 is 11. Trump is the 45 president, 47 president. 4 plus 5 is 9. 4 plus 7 is 11. 6, 11, 9, 11. You see what I mean? And that's when Trump was elected. 11, 9, 9, 11, 11, 6, 6, 11. Okay? You see what I mean? But see, Elvis is the 42, 47. Okay? Anyway. and like I said, the 42 and 47 is Elvis, 42, 47. Trump is 45, 47, but Trump is also the 44 because he's the 44th person to become president. 44th person. And you know the 44th president was born on August 4th, the day Trump gets his head wound. And look what it equals, 178. You see that if you add that up? You see? EL equals 17.8. You see? 17.8. You get what I'm showing here? Did you guys understand that? All right. And you know that, you know how they always talk about that stupid group called with the letter, you know what I'm talking about? This particular letter, the Q. Look, EL equals 17.8, Q equals 17 reduced 8. You see? And if you put the letters together, ELQ, ELQ, it equals exactly the word one. ELQ equals the word one. Exact same numbers. You see? Okay, now, like I said, it gets better, folks. It gets better. Hold on. So I told you the letter O is a crown, okay? And so is the W. That's why Washington has that W, just like George W. Bush. George W. Anyway, the W is the crown also, all right? But the O right now is the main crown, okay? That's why you see O. That's why you see O Lord, O God, okay? Now, so when you see the O on something, just like my name, it's Gar O, and Gar equals 26, which is the word God. God equals 2617, GAR equals 2617. But then you have the O, Gar O. It's like saying, oh God, right? And so when you see the O, it's a crown, right? So remember, EL with a crown, EL with a crown is what? Is 37 with a crown, or 73. It could be 730 or 370, okay? ELO is 370 because the E would be the 3, the L would be the 7, the OO. So 370 would be the ELO, right? And that's my sister's name, by the way, ELO. That's what I call her all my life. Anyway, so now let's get started. Watch this ELO. Watch how this ELO plays out. So June 11th is the 162nd, 163rd day of the year. Look what this ELO Washington equals 162, 63, 225. You see that? You see? And the Space Needle opened in 62, and now it's been 63 years later, and we're in the year 225 next year. It's going to be 63 years old next year, the Space Needle. And it opened in 62, the Seattle Space Needle. And it's important, Space Needle, because it equals the word fallen angel. Anyway, ELO Washington. Okay, ELO Washington equals this. And that's 162, 63. 162, 63. 162, 63 is 225. You know. Anyway, so that's interesting that ELO with Washington equals that. All right. And remember, ELO is the 370. ELO is 370. Right? Check this out. Elvis, when he moved from Tupelo, Mississippi, he moved to Memphis at the age of 13 with his parents. The first house that they owned was the address 370 Washington. Can you believe this? What the heck? You see what I'm saying? I just told you ELO Washington. ELO Washington. 370 Washington. ELO is the 370. I mean, is this ridiculous or what? Now I'm going to have to show it to you. I have to actually show it to you this evening. Was Elvis's first house with his parents in Memphis? See, now that they're showing, hold on. See, they're saying Elvis purchased. What was the first house that Elvis lived in Memphis? See, they're not writing it now. Can you believe this? What was the first house that Vernon purchased in Memphis? I'm about ready to lose it. All right, let me just type it in. What was Elvis 370 Washington house? All right. Here, 370 Washington Street in Memphis, Tennessee, was the first home of Elvis Presley and his family after they moved to Memphis in 1948, by the way. All right. So that was the first home they moved into when they moved to Memphis, okay? So now, you just tell me, is that ridiculous or what? That it was 370 Washington. Come on, man. Use your brains, people. All right. And you know what the square root of 370 is? Is 19.23, the first four numbers. This is the rest of it. Look at that. Seattle, Washington's initials is 1923. Say SW, 1923. You know. And 6 months, 11 days is 192 or 193 days. 6 months, 11 days. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, look, it's got that 370 connecting with that. Now let's move on to keep going. So you know that I told you Trump's going to get his head wound on August 4th, right? And August 4th is the 216th day of the year, right? And June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. So it's 216 or 16-2, right? And look, 6 times 6 times 6 equals 216. So August 4th is the 666 connection, right? Elvis Aaron Presley equals 216. You just add up the letters to what it is in the alphabet, and it adds up to 216. Okay? And the reason I'm showing you that, folks, all right, watch and see, because look, Elvis is the Antichrist, okay? Now imagine, like, what is the chance that the number of the Antichrist, 154, that's what it equals, the Antichrist, Elvis Aaron Presley equals 216, add up the Antichrist and Elvis Aaron Presley, you get 370, which is the ELO, right? L with a crown, God with a crown. You see? It's the only number, right? With 216 that makes the ELO is the Antichrist number. You see what I'm saying? And don't forget, it's 6 times 6 times 6 is 216, right? Right? Now, if you still think that's a coincidence, what about this? Elvis Aaron Presley, the Antichrist, equals 370, right? That's what I was just showing here. Elvis Aaron Presley is 216, plus the Antichrist is 154. And I just showed you that it equals 370, but now I'm just showing you the whole thing. It's Elvis Aaron Presley, the Antichrist, equals 370, the ELO, right? And if you still think that's a coincidence, Elvis has the EL, and I told you the VI is 6, and S means more than one, so it's sixes. He's the God of sixes. EL means God. So EL equals 1737, right? Look, Elvis's home address at Graceland, he has a couple of addresses. 3717 is one of them. You see that? EL is 1737. This is 3717. So it's the EL 17, and Ohio's the 17th state, you see? You know what I mean? So that's where Trump's gonna get his head wound. See, I told you, Trump is, look, folks, let me explain this, all right? Because this is Harvard. Why does there have to be two antichrists? Pay attention. When God was in heaven, the Father God was in heaven when the Son, who is God, was on earth. He was God in the flesh. So when God in the flesh, what happened to God in the flesh? He was crucified and resurrected. Okay? So you have the Father who's in heaven. At the same time, you have God who's on earth. That's why you have to have Elvis, who's the unseen real Antichrist, and then you have Trump, who is the image of the Antichrist, who is Elvis. That's why Trump is going to be the one who gets the crucified and resurrected. Okay? Are you getting that? Are you guys getting what I'm telling you? That's why you're seeing everything matching to the August 4th. Okay? Okay? Is anyone paying attention here? Does anyone not get what I just said? And can you thumb up the video, people? My goodness, man. Crazy. Anyway, so let's keep going. And that's why Trump gets his head wound in Ohio, which I just showed you was the 1737, 3717 was the EL. Elvis's address, one of them is 3717. But listen, I can go into whole details about that, but about his addresses, but I'm not going to do that now. But anyway, back to what I was saying about that Trump has to get his head wound on August 4th. Remember, August 4th is the 216th day. Oops. Yeah, my phone's showing everything backwards, so I have to show it like this every time. So EL equals 1737. I told you the prime numbers for 17 and 37 was 216. That's August 4th, right? The day Trump gets his head wound. And Elvis was born in the year 1935. The 1935 is the only year in the 1900s that equals 216 in prime numbers. 19 and 35 is 216. Okay? Just like I just showed you, the EL was the prime number 17 and 37, right? For EL equals 216. The prime numbers for 1935. And Elvis Aaron Presley equals 216. 6 times 6 times 6 equals 216. Trump gets his head wound on the 216th day of the year. 1935 is the year Elvis was born. See? The only year in the 1900s with prime numbers that equals 216. I'm talking about with prime numbers. Okay? It's the only one, 1935. And Elvis Aaron Presley equals 216. All right? Now, if you still think that's a coincidence, this doesn't prove it to you. I still have more even after this, but I'm going to give you a perfect connection here. It's beyond perfect. All right? So who are the main three players here? Because I told you that Barack was born on August 4th. So obviously he is the main player. And they needed him to be a part of this charade. but Trump and Elvis are the real ones. Obama's just just another puppet, another antichrist, just like all of them are antichrists. You know, Musk, every president, you know what I mean? But but Elvis is the real antichrist, and Trump is the antichrist in the flesh. Okay. Now, if you take Elvis Aaron Presley and the date he's born, January 8th, 1935, Donald John Trump, born June 14th, 1946, Barack Hussein Obama, born August 4th, 1961, spell it out, their birth dates and their names, their full names. Look what you get. So look, so I'm spelling out their names, you see? Their names and their birth dates. And that's how you would write it with the H. You see that? January 8th, August 14th, August 4th, you know what I'm saying? And the year they're born and their birth dates. So this is their birthday. Look what you get. Look at that. Look at that. 1737, which is the EL, 1737, 666. And look, you even have a 216 or 16-2, August 4th or June 11th is 16-2. August 4th is 216. How is that possible? I'm just asking. You think that you could do this with somebody else? Go ahead and try it. If you can find another people that equal this, go ahead. I'm just saying, what's the chance of these three, the three main players that I always tell you about, you know, it's ridiculous. Right? Hold on. Hold on. What are you guys talking about in the chat? Yeah, that's right. And the 47th day of the year is 216. I've shown all that in my other videos talking about the 47. And I'm going to rehash it again, all the 47 connections. But and that's why it all has to happen while Elvis has been dead for 47 years. If you've been watching my videos, you know why I'm saying that. If you just watch my live stream videos, you'll see that I mention all that stuff you guys are talking about. But what are you guys talking about in the chat? Hold on. Did I miss something that you guys have been talking about? Hold on. I'm looking to see what this person said. I don't see it. What you guys are talking about. Where's what she said? I don't see it. I give up. All right. Anyway, let's move on. So, like I said, just another incredible coincidence. Absolutely ridiculous. All right, let's move on. And, I did 3 videos on the beast, everything to do with the beast. I'm not going to show it here, but if you watch my videos, you'll understand. So ELVI is 6 in Roman numerals, then S. So it's Elvis is the god of sixes. VI is 6 in Roman numerals, and S, sixes. Anyway, so the Beatles were the next big thing after Elvis. And what is that? The EL beast. That's what the Beatles anagram is. The EL beast. They're talking about Elvis. They're telling you that Elvis is the EL beast because they were the next big thing after Elvis. Okay? Now, what is with this EL? Check this out. The letters E is the 5th letter, L is the 12th letter. If you went from the date 5/12 to 8/4, the day Trump gets his head wound, it's 84 days or 85 days. And look, Austin, Texas. Austin Butler played Elvis, and Trump got his ear clipped in Butler, Pennsylvania. Austin, and by the way, Austin Butler equals 162. It's June 11th, 162. But anyway, 512 to 84. Because EL is 512, get it? 84 days or 85 days. Trump's going to get his head went on 84. And 84 on a leap year lands on 85, right? And look, from Elvis's birthday to 512 is 4 months, 4 days, 4 months, 5 days on leap year, I think. Or whatever, 4 months, 4 days if you don't add the day, 4 months, 5 days if you add the day on a regular year, actually. And EL is 512, right? 5. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is it's the 44-45 connection, which Trump is the 44-45, right? And now watch this. Remember I was showing you earlier with the Antichrist adding 216 with the word Antichrist, it had the Elvis connection. Look at this. So EL is the 512. So 512 plus the Antichrist number is 666. See? 512. The Antichrist is 154. You get 666. You see? Again, a big connection, you see? Okay? It's all connected, all right? You understand? Let's move on. So like I said, EL means God. Elvis, VI is 6 in Roman numerals. S means more than one. So L6 is, he's the God of sixes, okay? EL looks like 37 or 73, right? Now watch this. So, because it's all about the crown, folks. Elvis is trying to get his crown. Because Elvis is Satan. And Satan used to be Lucifer in heaven, but he lost his crown. He lost his crown name and became Satan. Anyway, crown equals 73. Yeah, hit the like button, folks. Anyway, crown equals 7328 forward. The forward numbers are always more important than the back numbers. But 73, the forward and just this backward is important. It's more important than the 62 and 26. So 7328 is important. 7362 is important. But the 7326 would not be important compared to, the way this number is and the way that number. But anyway, crown equals 7328, okay? And watch. 7328, remember that. So from Elvis's birthday, the day he's born, if you went forward 6 years, 6 months, 6 days, from that day to the day Obama was born is 7328 days. You see? It's the crown with the 666. And August 4th, remember, is the 216th day of the year. 6 times 6 times 6 equals 216. And Elvis Aaron Presley equals 216. Do you see it? Now, if you want to see it a different way, I'll show you a different way. You can go the crown number, which was 7328, and then go to Obama's birthday, which is 6 years, 6 months, 6 days. Same thing. And notice, look at the date. 1/30/55 it landed on. Washington equals 130. Satan equals 55. You see? So the crown is 7328. You understand? Okay? And yeah, I'm going to mention that. And notice that it's on 7/13. That's when Trump got his ear clipped. You see? So from Elvis's birthday to 7/13 is 6 years, 6 months, 6 days. You see what I mean? All right. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that you could do it this way too. You can do it 6 years, 6 months, 6 days to this date, and then do 7328 days. Or you can do 7328 days first, then it goes 6 years, 6 months, 6 days to Obama's birthday. Okay? And now imagine this. Okay, I just showed you that connection, right? Now, look at this. So crown equals 7328. Now, if you went backwards, because I was showing you forwards from Elvis's birthday, now I'm going to show you backwards from Elvis's birthday. From Elvis's birthday, the date he's born, going backwards, 6 years, 6 months, 6 days, look what it lands on. 7328. Crown equals 7328. I mean, can you believe this? So 7/3/28. I mean, going backwards from Elvis's birthday, 6 years, 6 months, 6 days, it lands on 7/3/28. 73/28 is the word crown. You see? All right, folks. These are not coincidences, man. All right. Now, if you still think that's a crazy coincidence, what about this? So remember, we just went backwards from Elvis's birthday, 6 years, 6 months, 6 days. And it landed on 7/3/28, which is 7/3/28 is the crown number, 73/28. And look, if you went 7/3/28 from that day, from that day, from that day, go 73/28, it lands on 6/11. You see that? See that? And notice the numbers 8 and 19, 1908, 819. Here, let me just real quick. 819. The eighth prime number is 19. Elvis was born on the 19th day. Elvis was born on the 8th day. Eighth prime number is 19, right? And he needed the 19 crown. Remember that. And why does he need this 19 crown? Because listen, let me just tell you this first. What number day of the year is June 11th?
Here is information from National Snow and Ice Data Center.
See, June 11th is the 162nd day of the year, okay? 162, all right? June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. Let me get you a better, here it is. So June 11th, oh, you can't see it, sorry. I just want to make sure you see it. June 11th is the 162nd day of the year, okay? Now, so remember, the eighth prime number is 19. So the 8 to get to the 19, right? You need 11, right? 8 plus 11 is 19. But forget about that. 8, 19. Eighth prime number is 19. And June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. Pay attention. What is 8 plus 9 plus 10 plus 11 plus 12 plus 13 plus 14 plus 15 plus 16 plus 17 plus 18 plus 19?
The answer is 162.
162. I forget you guys are saying backwards the numbers. So anyway, it's 162. So 8 through 19 is 162, right? And I just showed you that from backwards from Elvis's birthday, the day he's born, backwards is 6 years, 6 months, 6 days, lands on 7/3/28. Okay? 73/28 is the word crown. 73/28 is the word crown. And then if you went from that day, 73/28 days, it lands on 6/11, 1908. You see? 8 through 19. Remember, I was just explaining that. All right. Anyway, the whole point is that it was the 666 from Elvis's birthday to 7/3/28, and crown is 73/28. Do you get it? That's the whole point. All right. Now, if you still think these are coincidences, now, remember, folks, if you believe these are coincidences, something's wrong with you. So, from the date, look, from Elvis's birthday to 7/3/28, backwards, you're going backwards, 6 years, 6 months, 6 days from Elvis's birth date, the day he's born. 7/3/28. Now, from that date, 7/3/28, from that date to 9/11 is 73 years, 2 months, 8 days. You see that? The crown, 73/20. You see that? 73, 2 months, 8 days. Come on, man. You see what I'm saying? Come on. Look at that. And interestingly enough, you know that MLK, real quick, let me just say this, hold on. Let me just say this, you know that MLK is connected to this puzzle, right? Because Martin Luther King was killed in Memphis, Tennessee, where Elvis lived and died. So the king, Elvis is known as the king, has the king whacked, Martin Luther King, on 4445, because it was 44, but it landed on the 45 because it was a leap year, 44, 45. And 4445 is the 94, 95 day of the year, right? And that's my birthday, 94, 95, 4, whatever. So, and that's why it has to happen during the 9-5 connection. But look, so from so if you went, just it's not a perfect match, but if you went from some particular year on April 4th, the day that MLK was killed, but not that day, but just sometime go backwards 73 years from 6/11, it would be this. But remember, not from MLK's actual death. I'm just showing you this. So if you went backwards from 6/11, 73 years, 2 months, 8 days, it would land on 4/4. MLK's death date. But you got to go 73 years. So, you know, you're not going to be able to do that because it's not going to be 73 years for another 15, 20 years, whatever the hell. But the point I'm trying to make is that if you just went backwards from 6/11, 73 years, 2 months, 8 days, because that's why I was showing you this, because this one was accurate the way I was showing it, because it was 73 years, 2 months, 8 days from the day that Elvis, if you went backwards from Elvis' birthday, 6 years, 6 months, 6 days, it landed on 7/3/28, which is the crown number, 7/3/28. And then from that date to 9/11 was 73 years, 2 months, 8 days. And then from 4/4, just any year, but I'm just saying from 6/11 backwards, it lands on that. And Martin Luther King, and look, check this out. The Twin Towers, its opening date was 4/4/73. From 4/4/73 to 9/11, when the towers fell, was 28 years. There's your crown number again, 73/28. 73/28, 73/28, 4/4/6/11. Are you looking at what I'm showing? From 4/4/73 to 9/11/01 is 28 years, 5 months, 8 days. You see? All right. But it's 28 years. That's what the whole point was, right? Yeah, and the 4/4 is the kill code. Kill equals 44. Anti equals 44. Anyway, so check this out. So if that's still not enough for you, that's still not enough. I told you it's all about the crown. So if you put a crown on Elvis, right? You put a crown on Elvis. If you put a crown on Elvis, look what happens. And you put it into the gematria calculator. Remember, crown equals 73/28. Look, you put a crown on Elvis, the letter O on Elvis, and then put the word crown. I mean the number 73/28, 73/28. Look what it equals, 404. You see that? 404, which is what I was just telling you, right? You get what I'm saying? And I told you Martin Luther King, right now, Martin Luther King, Seattle's in King County. And that King County is named after Martin Luther King. Okay? Do you understand? That King County is now named after Martin Luther King. And Elvis was known as the King. Martin Luther King died in Memphis, Tennessee, where Elvis lived and died. You understand? Crazy. Anyway, I'm almost done, folks. I only have like 5 more cards. Yeah, that's right. Elvis's first job was Crown Electric. That's right. It was on April 20th, 1954. I should have actually checked that to go back 73 where it lands. 420 would land. No, I can't remember where it would land. But anyway, yeah. (4/20, 1954). Anyway, let me just show you this and let's finish this video. My hands are getting tired, folks. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, you guys are making good comments, man. I wish I was paying attention, you guys, but man, my hands are killing me from holding this phone. So remember, crown equals 7328, right? And from Elvis's birthday to the day Pearl Harbor happened, which was one of the biggest attacks. The next one was 9/11, the biggest attack. So the two biggest attacks were connected. I showed that, but I'm not going to show it here right now. Elvis's birth to Pearl Harbor is 6 years, 11 months exactly to this date. And I told you it's all about water, right? Elvis equals water, Elvis equals reset. And Pearl Harbor was attacked, it was a water attack. And Pearl equals the word devil, by the way, but it also equals the word hells. I mean, also equals the word earth. So it's not or heart, you know. So that's not such a big deal, but pearl equals devil. But anyway, 6 years, 11 months exactly. There's your 611. And then from that day to the day Beirut explosion happened, the big Beirut explosion, look at that. 2873 with a crown. There's your crown number. 7328 is a crown. You see? Okay. Yeah. And this is a word. I don't think this is really important, but if you go back from 6/11/2025, you went back 73,028 days, which is the crown number 7328. It lands on 7/3/1825. I'm just saying, if you did that, no big deal. This is just a worthless information right here. But Elvis was born on 1/8. That's why I was showing that. But anyway, check this out. Crown equals 7328. And look at this, 73 and 28. If you wrote it out, equals 322. Could somebody check this? Maybe I'm wrong. Could somebody check that? Is that right? Could I be wrong? Oh, I think it's correct. Somebody needs to check that. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong, folks. Hold on. No, I think it's right. That's right. Yeah, I know. He'll check it if he's in the chat. No, it's right. I'm pretty sure it's right. My hands are hurting, man. But anyway, 322. Today should have been the 322nd day of the year on a regular year. Today's 11/18. But because we're in leap year, yesterday was the 322nd day. And yesterday was Lucifer's birthday. Lucifer. What do you mean by Lucifer? The actor who plays Lucifer. His name is Tom Ellis. Ellis is Elvis. I've already told you. Elvis was a wannabe cop and singer. Lucifer is a wannabe cop singer on the show, and he kind of looks like Elvis too a little bit. Yeah. But anyway, I'm pretty sure it's right. But anyway, so that's another connection. And then check this out. So Trump got his ear clipped, right? At on 7/13, right? This year. So 7/13, I told you, was from Elvis's birthday to 7/13 was 6 years, 6 months, and 6 days. If you just went 6 years, 6 months, 6 days, but you could also go 60 years, 6 months, 6 days, it would still land on 7/13, which is the day Trump got his ear clipped. And if you went from the day Seattle slew on the Triple Crown, the same year Elvis died on August 16th, 77, Seattle slew won the Triple Crown. And horse racing is known as the sport of kings, by the way. Anyway, 6/11/77 to that day when Elvis turned 60 years, 6 months, 6 days. Look at that. It's backwards, the numbers. 6066, 6066. You see that? But if you add the day, it's 7. But anyway, it's 66067. Elvis equals 67 too. And twin equals 66. So twin equals 66, Elvis equals 67. Anyway, yeah, I'm just showing nonsense. Now, here's the last three things I'm going to show. If this doesn't prove it to you, then there's no hope for you. All right. So remember, this year, June 11th. Okay. Um, June 11th, I'm saying, is the date that it gets, it is the event in Washington. And I told you crown equals 73, 28, 62, 26 backwards. If you were to put all those numbers in, write it out with the word June 11th, look at that. You get the jackpot. June 11th, 73, 28, 62, 26. You see? The crown number with June 11th. So that means that the only number that this can happen with is June 11th, because there is no other date that equals June 11th. June 11th is the only date that equals 141. I'm talking about in just, if you just add up the letters in simple thing. So June 11th plus that is 777. It's the only one that can equal that is that date. Okay? Now, so remember, crown equals 73, 62, 73, 62, 28, 20, whatever, see the numbers. If you put a crown on those numbers, like you put a crown on the first row, crown on the second row, get it? Crown, the letter O on 73, 28, and a crown on 62, 26, it equals 666. See that? Are you getting what I'm showing here? Is that ridiculous or what? You see what I'm saying? Wait, before I show you the last one, did you guys get that I just showed? Hold on. Yeah, I knew it was right. Yeah. Yes, next year we're talking about. Oh yeah? I didn't know that. In British slang, huh? Yeah, I didn't know that. All right, now this is the last thing. So remember, Elvis is born on January 8th. Trump is born on June 14th. Now, just again, I ask you, remember, I put two crowns, in there. Check this out. So if you put Elvis Aaron Presley and then just put January 8th, because that's the day he's born, put Donald John Trump and the day he's born, June 14th, but not the year or nothing. Just put those two names with those dates, January 8th and June 14th. Look what it equals. I'm not showing the whole equation, but just the most important. Look, Elvis Aaron Presley, January 8th, the day he's born. Donald John Trump, June 14th, the day he's born. Look at that. 7-3 with a crown, 2-8 with a crown. Look at that. It's the crown number with crowns. What in the hell? You see that? And if you don't believe me, I'll type it in. For the people who don't believe it, I will type it in right now. All right. So you got what I'm showing here, right? Now I'm gonna type it in that way you can see it. Because sometimes I have to prove it to you guys, because it's so ridiculous. Did you guys get that? Here. Look at that. Look at here. Let me just show it to you, just in case you don't believe it. Look, Elvis Aaron Presley, January 8th. Donald John Trump, June 14th. Right? You see? Go down. Look, there it is, right there. See it? 730-280, right there. Look at that. See what I mean? That's the crown, the crown with a crown. Anyway, So that was it. That was the big reveal. But now I'm just gonna show you something that I forgot to show. Let's see if it comes up to anything. I forgot to put this in actually. Let's see if we can come up with something here. Hold on. Yeah, I don't really see anything here. No. Hold on. No, I can't find anything. I thought I had something on that I didn't show, but it's all right. Anyway, folks, um, for the people who didn't see the whole video, you got to watch it from beginning to end. You know, some parts are a little slow, but most of it is pretty, you know, fluid. Yeah. No, yeah. Hopefully my throat gets better. Anyway, folks, uh, uh, thumb up the video and make sure you comment under the video after it loads. Uh, and and I'll be like I said, I'm gonna get the reset videos as soon as I my throat heals from whatever the hell's going on with it. Yeah. Yeah. All right, folks. Any last any last words? I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a video tonight, but if I do, um, you know, we'll see. You know, if I feel better, but I doubt it. But all right, folks. God bless all of you. And anyone who got in late, you got to watch from the beginning, okay? And like I said, the new info's coming out, folks. The very soon, as soon as I get better. All right. Anyway, I'll see you guys either later tonight or tomorrow. All right, at this time. Anyway. Yeah. And listen, anyone who's got a cold or something, don't worry. Nothing's gonna happen to you. All right. Don't don't even worry about it. It's just like a regular old cold, you know. Anyway, and even if it's not, and it's just like a flu, don't worry. You're still gonna make it. All right. Anyway, yeah. I'm saying I'm just talking to everyone in general. All right. There's lots of listen. I'll talk about the Mike Tyson thing again. I've already talked about it, but we'll talk about it in the next video when I do a live. All right. Anyway, God bless all of you. Jesus is God. I appreciate everyone commenting. Make sure you thumb up the video. Right now, go and thumb up the video. Anyway, end the video and make sure you comment also. Anyway, end the video. Jesus is God.